If you're needing to vent a portable AC unit through a sliding glass door, you know it can get awkward and ugly really quick. Back when I was needing to do this for the first time back in 2018, my wife and I were renting a little small apartment, and I had a big fluffy blanket wrapped around the curtain rod. I closed the door as far as it would go, and then I just shoved my blanket through the door to try and seal up the crack. It was just ugly. I hated every minute of using it, but I didn't really know what else to do at the time. So your AC unit is going to come with a universal window kit for installation. Something like this that slides and adapts for whatever your window size is. However, most of all the ones that come with the AC units aren't big enough for a sliding door. They're meant for a smaller window and won't work for something like this. So you can either get another one of these off Amazon, piece it together, or there are sliding door window kits on Amazon. They just have, you know, 5 or 6 little sections that you put together and extend up, and those will work. The only problem is that they get a little flimsy. It's just kind of flimsy and ratty, getting 6 different little pieces all attached together. And then the other problem that you get, if you can see it from there, this top and the bottom part are wide, this middle part is narrow. And so on the sides here and here, you're gonna get air gaps, and so you're gonna have to put foam and tape there, you know, every so often. And it just starts to get a little ugly, a little messy. Again, it will work, but my personal favorite is to have a more elegant solution, something I can actually enjoy every time I look at it. I'm using a piece of plexiglass. You can see it. This is a 1/4 inch thick piece of plexiglass. If you wanted to go this route, I would not recommend going anything less than 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch is almost kind of borderline. It's still a good solution. I'm gonna keep this one, I think it's good. But anything thinner is gonna be just a little bit too flimsy. I don't think it's gonna serve you very well. So 1/4 inch would be great for plexiglass. Now you could use whatever you want. At Home Depot or whatnot, they have sheets of white PVC. You can use some other kind of plastic. You could even use plywood. If you want, that's gonna work. It's still gonna seal well. It's just not gonna look as attractive and let in the natural light like a piece of plexiglass would. So I'm just gonna go through how to take measurements to make your own. I'll show you how to measure to get a perfect fit. And then I'm also gonna talk about some best practices on how to seal this up the best so it's gonna serve you well. All right, so let's talk about how to measure. Your window insert is going to fit in the channel here. What we're gonna do is we're going to take our tape measure and first stick it up into this top window track here. It needs to go all the way up in there. Mine's, you know, about 3/4 inches deep. So with the end of the tape measure up in there as far as it will go, you'll come down. This part can obviously get a little tricky to hold it with 2 hands. You almost need another person to help you out here. I'll do the best I can. Okay. And then you're going to measure down to the top. So just imagine there's a flat plane here. We're going to want to measure to the top. So if you can see that there, it looks like we're right at about 79.5 inches. So the end of the tape measure up in that top track, and then down just to the top of this top lip is what we want. 79.5. That'll get you a great fitting window insert. You do not want to measure the bottom track as well. Don't add that measurement in there because it's going to be too long and you're not going to be able to fit it into your window track. Now, if I did add that extra measurement and measured down into my my track there, technically it would still work. It would actually fit probably pretty well, because the plexiglass has some flex, and I could actually flex it and fit it in there and it would expand and actually fit pretty snug. But if you did have something stiffer like a piece of plywood or something, it might not fit in there. So it's usually best to put the end up into the top all the way it can go and then just measure down to the top of this. Mine, I actually measured incorrectly the first time, and it was cut a little bit short of 79.5, but it actually still fits okay. I can just seal up some areas with some tape if I need to. Okay, so now we have our piece cut to the right size. Hopefully it's cut to the right size. Hopefully you measured correctly. I happened to measure incorrectly the first time I did this. Mine's a little bit short. Maybe it's good to air just a little long. But anyways, you have yours, whether you chose to make yours out of plexiglass, plywood, what have you. We got our piece. How it installs is this piece will first go up into that track, the same way we measured. And then once it's up in there, there'll be enough room for this to slide over that top lip of the bottom channel. And then it can just drop down into place and the top will still catch. Mine's a little short on top, but it still catches, thankfully. I don't really feel like making a new one, so this will be fine as is. So the track, I'm guessing probably most sliding doors are probably pretty similar. You got a lot of space. I think I've seen other ones that are narrower, like my old apartment. Mine's, probably pushing 2 inches wide. So there's a lot of play. There's, this can move back and forth quite a bit. However, if you do look here where this latches, we have our kind of little latch plate there. It is nice because it kind of prevents it from sliding. Now you could either go in the front, you could go in the back. It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna go in the front. Now if you just throw it in there as is and then just take your door and then just close it against that, usually it's fine just as is. That's probably how I'm gonna do mine. I might put a little bit, because I cut mine a little short up top, I think I'm going to get some weather stripping foam tape. You just peel off the adhesive backing and you can just put some on top to help kind of close that gap a little bit. If you wanted to, you could get some thicker foam tape and just put a thick piece on the plexiglass panel just so it doesn't travel back and forth as much. But as is, this is going to actually work pretty well. One thing to note here, this is actually very surprising, but my panel and my door are perfectly parallel. Usually things aren't that perfect, but it's actually really, really nice. So I'm assuming that not all doors are going to be perfectly straight and square like this one. So what you can do, and it's just not a bad practice in general, is you can just get that weather stripping foam tape, Home Depot, Amazon, whatever, peel off the back, and then just put a piece of foam tape all the way down on this side right here. That way it has a nice squishy seal to butt up against too. This one actually just happens to seal pretty decently. I'll still probably put a piece of foam tape on there just as a good measure. And overall, this is actually, it's good enough. It's not bad just as is. Again, you can put some other foam in there to try and prevent it from moving around a little bit. But obviously right now as is, a lot better than potentially getting a ton of these put together and getting all these air gaps on the side. Definitely better than my old blanket solution I had back in the day. So not a bad option for you. Again, weather stripping tape can help seal it up a little bit better. So now let's come to the end of talking about connecting your hose to this panel here. Mine is going to be obviously a lot fancier. One thing I wanted to say real quick. Let me just show you this because I thought it would be a good solution. My door could actually seal better. It just doesn't seal well. It's a little old. I was actually thinking of putting that weather stripping foam tape on the door itself. And so I could put one here. I was actually thinking of maybe running two foam tapes down the middle to provide just a better seal in general. And then this panel could actually sit in the middle of that door and be in the middle of those 2 foam tapes, and then it wouldn't move back and forth because it would be captured by the tape on either side. That was another thing I was thinking about. I might actually try that when I go to Home Depot later. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, so now let's talk about connecting our hose to the panel, whatever you're using, plexiglass, plywood, whatever you happen to choose. So mine's super fancy. My full-time job, there's engineering involved. I have access to different equipment. This is actually a professionally injection molded part that I designed myself. There's a stainless steel wire mesh bug screen molded into this hose adapter to keep all the bugs out. I live out in the country and we do have a lot of bugs. When this thing cycles off and it's not blowing out hot air, bugs can crawl in and then make their way inside. They'll just fly through the AC unit and end up in your space. So mine's obviously super fancy. You're not going to have a super fancy one, but that's just what I'm doing. I had this unique notch cutout and I just put it in and then I twist and it locks into place. It's super super easy, super nice solution. But assuming you're just gonna DIY one, I would recommend, I'll pop one up here on the screen after I'm done shooting this video, is just picking up a general kind of generic flanged hose adapter. So it has a ring, it has a little hose adapter. That flange is gonna allow you to mount it really easy to the panel. So you could just cut a circular hole in your panel and then just put that flanged hose adapter in there. You could use some caulking to hold it in place. You could use some screws. If you are doing plexiglass, you can actually screw into plexiglass. Just make sure you're using some fine thread machine screws. It actually works pretty well. That way you can mount your hose adapter, whatever you have, mount it securely to the plexiglass panel. And then your hose, you could just slide your hose over it and use a hose clamp to hold it on. That's gonna actually work pretty well. You don't have to get super fancy. That's just what I'm choosing to use for mine. So I think that'll be a good solution. I'll pop that up and maybe put a link in the description of a nice kind of flanged hose adapter that I find on Amazon for you. You could probably find something on Home Depot, at Home Depot as well too. Might as well pick up a 6-inch hose clamp too while you're at it. So hopefully some of these suggestions will help you vent your AC unit through your sliding glass door easier. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more elegant and it won't be a big duct tape mess or a blanket mess like I had back in my day. I'll probably make a video about how best practices on how to cut plexiglass for you if you guys want to cut a plexiglass one yourself. Other than that, I hope this video added value to you and you got something out of it, and we'll see you on the next one.